Hi. So, my legs are sore. I was in Vancouver. I'm from Toronto. I was in Vancouver on the weekend and I ran the Vancouver Marathon. It's 42 kilometers. And I don't train, so I'm like last place and sore. I don't even like running. I hate running, but I know it's good for me. And I'm undisciplined, so I won't run daily. How many of you know that running is good for you? It's good for you. Even though I know it's good for me, I won't do it. But I run a marathon every month. And I hate it. But I know it's good for me. So what I'm here to do right now is, and I'm just sharing that because it's going to look like I'm crippled, but I'm not. It's just temporary. 2 more days and I'll be fine. And from time to time I'll sit back in my seat. What I'm here to do is share with you my story. I'm not here, you probably had a lot of presenters, you've seen a lot of presenters, and they've been great, and there's kind of like an agenda of some sort. I'm just here to share with you my story on how I believe I caused myself to become an addict. So I've been addicted to all kinds of different things. A lot of the things here, like I smoked crack cocaine for 17 years on and off. I smoked as much as 4 packs of cigarettes a day. I was addicted to paint varnish remover, solvents at one time, alcoholism. I'm still addicted. I know, ooh is right. I'm still addicted to food. I might have an addiction to coffee. I'm not sure. But it's interesting. As I said the word coffee, like I was about to say, I think I might be addicted to coffee. What was the first thing I did? I went for my coffee, right? And so there's a book I wrote here called Habits, Addictions, and the Law of Attraction. I'm not here to sell anything here, but I just want to let you know that thoughts are. You can get the book for free if you go on my website if you're part of the school. Thoughts cause feelings, and the more you think about something you don't want, the more you actually make yourself do it. Does that make sense? Like how many of you ever said to, because I'm not here about saying drugs are bad, this is bad, stop doing this, look what can happen to you if you do this. That's not my message. Other people have that message. I respect whatever you're doing in your life, whatever you're addicted to, whatever you're not addicted to, whatever. I'm not here to change anyone. I'm just here to share with you some insights that I've learned being addicted to all kinds of different things and making it a mission of mine for the last 10 years to help people that want to get help with their addictions. Like, I'm addicted to food, but do I want to change that? Am I willing to do the work to be free of this addiction? What do you think? No, I'm not. Is that okay though? Is that okay that I don't want to do anything about it right now? Is there anything wrong with that? Right? But there's some addictions that maybe we do want to do some work around, right? There may be some things we're doing that are hurting us that we want to stop doing, and you maybe want to do some work around it. But my experience is most of us have an addiction of some sort. And there are a number of doctors that agree. Right? So one of the problems I find is when we judge people for being addicted, and we want to stop them from doing what they're doing, our intentions might be good, but does it make them stop or does it make them want to do it even more? What?
When I used to on a diet, I get so fixated on food that I end up probably eating more than if I wasn't on a diet.
Very good, yeah. So law of attraction, the more you think about what you don't want, right? The more you think about, I don't want to eat this donut. I don't want to eat this junk food. Oh, this junk food's bad. What's it actually make you want to do? Makes you want to eat it. How did I end up smoking 4 packs a day? Because every time I lit up a cigarette, the first cigarette of the day, oh, this is bad. I should stop this. And then I make myself feel bad, and then what do I want to do to stop feeling bad? Have another cigarette. How many of you can see that in your own life with something? How about like worrying? Oh, I better stop worrying. This is not helping anyone. And then you keep worrying anyway. Right? How many maybe have this one? Anger. It's like, oh, I shouldn't have treated those people like that. I got to control my anger. I got to stop being so angry. I'm going to stop being angry. And then you let loose again and hurt someone with your anger. Okay, hands didn't go up, but most of us are like that. I know I do that from time to time still. right? So what is an addiction? Before I get into all the different things, my story on addictions and how I caused myself to get addicted, let me tell you this. Would you like to know what an addiction is? Would you like to have a definition of an addiction? Okay, I don't have one. And here's why. Because the doctors, I'm not even a doctor, but the doctors can't even agree on what addiction is. I'm taking a college course on addictions interventions. I do family counseling. I do anything you can think of related to addictions. And the first day of our addictions course, we're taught we're not going to actually use the word addiction in this whole course. What? Yeah, because society can't even agree what the word means. Some people say an addiction is drugs, alcohol, tobacco, gambling, but cutting yourself is not an addiction. But some people say that. And there's doctors that say addiction is a disease. Is that true? I'm just saying, some doctors say it's a disease. And then Dr. Stanton Peele and a few other doctors say it's not a disease. And then some doctors say addiction is a choice. And then there's some other doctors that say it's not a choice. Does that make sense? I'm just saying there's all kinds of viewpoints about what addiction is. So all I'm telling you is I don't know what addiction is, but here's what it means to me. I don't know I can't judge any of you or anyone in my life as being addicted to anything. For all I know, maybe a person is doing drugs and they want to do drugs and it's a conscious choice and they don't want to stop. And then of course we judge them and say, well, they're in denial. Isn't that what we do? I don't know if you're addicted, but to me addicted, here's how it's useful for me. Are you doing anything in your life that's hurting you, hurting your life, and you want to stop doing it, or you want to do it less than you're doing it, but you can't seem to control it? That's my definition of addiction. Not like it's the truth, but to me that's useful. Is there anything in your life you're doing that is hurting you and you want to stop doing it? Maybe you're doing drugs but you don't want to stop doing it. Then I'm not talking about that. Because trying to convince, someone asked me when I came to the school, oh, you're the motivational speaker. That's what someone thought I was. And I said, well, no, I'm not. You can't motivate people to stop doing drugs. How many of you agree with me? You might get them to stop doing drugs for a little bit, but then they'll lie to you about it. So you think you motivated them, but then behind your back, they're doing drugs. That's what I would do. Does that make sense? Yeah. Right? So I'm not here to motivate anyone. What I'm about is unconditional acceptance. Unconditional acceptance. Meaning, whatever you're doing or you're not doing, I respect it. I have no desire to fix you because I think you're perfect. That's how I choose to look at people. I think you're perfect. Why? Because it makes me feel good when I look at you that way. When I think that you're broken, that there's something wrong with you, that needs fixing, I find I don't really help people when I'm believing that about them. So here we go. I'm going to share with you, I've worked with so many, hundreds and hundreds of addicts, if not maybe thousands, at least hundreds and hundreds one-on-one and then in groups, so many, right? And I've noticed things that are common with all of us. No matter if you're addicted to food, junk food, solvents, worrying, gossip, violence, controlling other people, the list goes on. I've noticed some things that we all have in common, how we're the same. And one of the things I've noticed is that all of us, every single person I've ever worked with that was addicted to anything, believed that there's something wrong with them. That's a core belief we all share, that there's something wrong with me. And we believed that first, and then we got addicted to things to try to escape the emotional pain we were feeling because of all the negative thoughts we had about ourselves.